Guess what? Today we're going to go through famous men of Rome. If you hear it click clacking in the background, that's my dog and he's walking along the thing. If you hear any other noise in the background, it's my kids because they're doing like arts and crafts in the next room and their voices will carry over. So are we excited? I have drunk the classical homeschool Kool-Aid, okay? A lot of my curriculum is going to come from classical homeschool resource places, but I am still very eclectic in my approach and I'm still splicing and dicing and kind of like creating like my own thing. But I wanted to share this with you guys because my son is a huge ancient history, Greek myth type of person. And so I thought this is kind of in line with it. I know that these are real people, but I thought that he would enjoy this just as much. So I decided to start with the famous men of Rome. And this is from, in case I forget to say, Memoria Press. So I did get this from their actual website and not from their charter. So you know that they have their charter website and all that means is that you can get secular content from there, to the best of my knowledge. But they don't always have everything in that section. And so some stuff, if you really want it, you're going to have to get it on the other side. So the regular Memoria Press website. And so I believe that that is what I did for this one because they didn't offer it on the charter. Don't quote me. I get really confused trying to navigate between the two different websites. So I did opt for the videos. So these can, if you want to pay extra, you can do like the study at your own pace, like videos. They're not like live classes or anything like that. They are just, watch as you do them type of thing, So I did opt for it. There's 25 lessons. So there's 25 videos and you can do one every week and then you'll be done in 25 weeks. So my plan is to continue moving forward after Rome to go and do Greece. And then they also have, I believe that they have a Middle Ages one, but I know for sure that they have a modern one, the modern men. So famous modern men. They ought to have modern women, right? That would be like a cool one if they had famous women of Rome, famous women of Greece. I don't know if there would be enough content though available to do like a whole curriculum, but that definitely would be cool. And at least for modern women, I know that there's enough content for that. So anyway, so what I have is I have the student guide, I have the text. This is the text that they're gonna need. And then you have the teacher's guide. I hate starting at the teacher's guide because it always looks a little bit busier on camera. And so I like to either start with like the text or the student guide. So let's just start with the student guide. So I have the student guide. And again, there's 25 lessons. And these are the people. I'm gonna hold it up close to the camera and try to go a little slower so you can see the people covered. And it is really a 2-page spread as far as the questions in here go. So you have page 1 over here. It's going to start with Romulus. Let me see if I can get lower. So you're going to start there. It always follows the same flow. Okay, so it's the same flow for every single time. The only thing that's going to change is this activity section in here. But it always has facts to know. And then it's going to have vocabulary. Then it's going to have comprehension questions. And then the part that's going to change are the activities. And if it has an asterisk next to it, that means that you can turn it into a composition assignment. So, write a paragraph or treat it like a reading comprehension question. But that is going to change. So like if you see in the next lesson, you're going to be learning about someone new, but the structure stays the same. Facts to know, vocabulary, reading comprehension questions. And then you have activities. But for this one, they're going to write a description for each Roman god. And then it's just going to change. And then along the back of the book, you're going to have a pronunciation guide. Here, let me get down. You're going to have a pronunciation guide. There are Roman history drill questions broken down by lessons. So you can see lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, and it keeps going like that. And then it also has map templates. I know I saw that in here. There's excerpts in here you can use, but there are maps in here. So you have like a practice map of modern Europe and then of ancient Rome. And I know that they have maps, a who said that worksheet, as like a review, which I think that's really smart, and I actually think that's really cool. Who said that? Where is that? That type of thing. And then you have a modern European geography supplement with the map over here. And then you have your Roman history timeline over here so they can keep track. Yeah, so that is the student guide. Now here's the text, and I am really pleased with the text, and it's not too much, and I'm going to show you a couple of the chapters so you get an idea of the length on how much reading is going to be required and stuff. But I really like it, and as like a quick flip through, like look at they use real paintings from the time, right, from famous people. I think it's just the pages aren't thin or breakable. They're like semi-glossy, they're thicker. You know, I like it. I like the quality of this. This is really good. Okay, so let me show you the length. Now, I have already pre-looked at it, and I will say the very first chapter is lengthier. The second chapter is like of medium length, and then the third chapter is actually really short. So I think that every chapter is just going to vary in length. So here's the one on Romulus. So you have this page, then you have this page, and then you have this page. And then you're going to have this page. And then you're going to have this other page. And then you have this final page over here. And then you'll notice this one is going to be more medium length. And then you have that one. And then you have this one. Oops. And then you have this one. And then you have like a smaller little blurb up here, right? And then this one is really short. So then you have this one, this page, and this is the last page, and then that's it, and then it goes into the next page, the next person, right? So they're all just going to vary in length, and so that is the textbook. And then the teacher's guide is going to have the answers to everything, but then on the back of the teacher's guide, you're going to have the answers to the who am I questions that they have along the way, but it's also going to have the test, the test key, so you're like your test answers. And where you're going to get the test is from the PDF. So you're going to have a PDF when you purchase it that's like an automatic download. So don't forget to check your order confirmation because that's where it's going to be. So when they confirm your order, all the digital files that you may need, they're going to be located in there, you know. And that is where you're going to find like the tests. And the tests occur every 5 chapters or every 5 people. So you're going to learn about 5 people and then you're going to take a review. There's like that review portion and then you're going to go and you're going to do a test, you know? So that is the only difference between the teacher's guide. The teacher's guide obviously is going to have all the keys, the who am I, where was it type of questions. It's going to have all that kind of stuff. And then other than that, it's the same thing that your child sees. So let's go back to lesson 1 so you can see. So lesson 1, you see everything is filled out. The only thing that's not filled out is going to be the activity questions. But if they asked a question in the activity area, they're going to give you an answer for it, you know? But obviously they're not going to give you an answer if they said to create a timeline or where is it on the map or anything like that. It's only the question ones that they're going to give you the answer to. And you can see it's the same thing. Filling it in. This one, because there was something to fill in where they described each Roman god, it would give that to you, you know? But that's essentially just like the teacher's guide. So I did get the videos. I haven't started it or opened it up, but we are starting next week. So if you follow me over on Instagram, same username is over here, Into the Rabbit Hole with me. If you follow me, I definitely am going to be sharing what those videos look like. But for now, this is what the hard copy stuff is. And then you integrate it obviously with the video lessons. So I plan on doing this just once a week. There's 25 lessons, so it would take us 25 weeks to do. So don't forget, you're going to get the bundle, or you should get the bundle, which is your student guide, and then you're going to need the actual text itself, and then you're going to need the teacher's guide. Okay, guys, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I have more to share with you guys. If you haven't caught any of my other videos where I did the unboxing, because that's kind of the stuff that I'm doing flip throughs of, is all the stuff that I just did in the unboxing. Make sure you go check it out. I also recently did their geography one, their geography part 1, their world one. It's like Europe, Northern Africa, and Asia, maybe. I don't remember. But I did a flip through of World Geography 1 because they have World Geography 2 and World Geography 3. So I only did 1. So make sure you go check those out. Bye, guys.